I don't often make a paramotor helmet, but when I do, it looks spectacular.
Hey everybody, I just wanted to make a quick video about paramotor helmets. So this is a helmet I've built for myself from things that I've found and ordered off of the internet. I've seen a lot of paramotor videos, helmet videos where guys have built things different ways. Everybody has their own idea of how they're supposed to be done. I like to keep it simple as possible. I don't want to modify a helmet any more than I have to. Any modification that you do, of course, we all know that you're taking your safety in your own hands. When you modify this thing, any rating that it had is immediately voided. So I'm not really trying to teach you so much how to make a helmet like I do. I'm just showing you what I have done, and you can learn from it and come up with your own take on it. But in order to build this helmet, it's going to be really easy to just show you what I got, where I sourced it, and how I put it together. I'm going to assume that you're not totally mechanically uninclined, otherwise you would not be flying a paramotor, not for very long anyway, if you don't know how to work on things. But regardless, I just put together things that I've had good luck with and that I've seen friends of mine use and have worked out pretty well. I started off with this, I don't even know how to say the brand, Giro, Hero, whatever, G-I-R-O. It's called the Sutton helmet, and you can find it here on their website. It's the Sutton MIPS helmet. The MIPS system, when I first got this thing, I took a look at it and I thought, I don't know, this looks kind of corny. It's just a piece of plastic in here, and it just didn't make good sense to me. I didn't really understand what I was buying when I got it. However, after playing with this thing for a while and making a helmet out of it, I've learned to really appreciate this little MIPS liner. It almost looks like some kind of packing material that you're not really supposed to keep, like you're gonna take it out and throw it away. Don't do that, it's part of the helmet. But regardless, you've gotta take it out in order to get in here. And it turns out that it's a really, really nice added feature, because whenever I put all this together, all of my wiring fits up underneath the MIP, and then when I reinstall the MIP, everything's tucked away. So that was the number one thing that makes me love this helmet for building a paramotor helmet out of it is, there is nothing I have done, you may agree or may not agree with this, but there is nothing I have done to secure the wiring other than tuck it up above the MIP. The other thing is any extra wiring that I had left has gone inside the ear cup. So when I installed the Cena into the ear cup, I put the headpiece in, and then I tucked the extra wire back behind the foam. So there's only enough wire that it takes to move this stuff exposed and whatever it took to route through the helmet, and it's all neatly tucked away, no glue, no trenching, no nothing, just stuck it up above the MIP and reinstalled the MIP. So that worked out really slick. Whenever you take the MIP out, you gotta be careful to leave these little black clips on the MIP, as they like to come out too, and that's a real pain in the neck. The other thing is, when this liner's removed, this goes in on the bottom of the MIP, or I'm just calling it the MIP. I think it's just part of their system, but the plastic piece, the clear plastic piece. These little yellow tabs hold this in place. So it's really hard to get it reinstalled after you've got everything back together. I've learned through trial and error, I could probably save you a lot of trouble. It's actually not that hard when you know what you're doing, but then when you're learning the hard way, it turns into kind of a mess. But regardless, all I did is pulled this back with my fingers to take tension off, got just a piece of the yellow rubber piece stuck up through the hole, and then I could get a hold of it with needle nose pliers and just pull it right back through. So I was making it too complicated at first, and then when I figured it out, it was super easy. All right, the other thing that I really like about this helmet, and I'm really hoping that a lot of you guys tell me the exact same thing, because it worked out so good for me that if it works for other people this way, I'm gonna be really impressed. It's the only helmet I could find where I thought I was gonna get away without cutting it, and I did. So whenever I got this helmet put together, when I put it on, my ear cups fit directly where they're supposed to, right over my ears. I'm in the exact right spot. If I couldn't go I can't go any higher because I didn't cut the side of the helmet here. Actually though, if you did have to cut, this would be really easy to cut. You wouldn't even have to cut much. You can cut up to the line or wherever and leave a lot of material on the helmet. So that doesn't even really concern me. But regardless, I don't like cutting it. It reduces the safety. It just doesn't look as good. There's no way to uncut it if you cut too far. So I just marked my helmet where everything felt comfortable, poked them in, and it just so happened for the shape of my head. Maybe my ears are lower than somebody else's, I don't know. But it just so happened that this fits right up against the helmet, nice, neat, and fits on my ear fine. Now I did put the helmet on my wife to see how it would work out, and she said it was hitting the top of her ears. So just take that into advisement. Might work great for you. You might have to cut it. I hope you don't. All right, the other little feature I really liked about this helmet that drew me to it, and I've never seen anybody else do it, I'm sure there's a lot of guys out there that do, I liked the little flip down bill. I have lots of trouble with sun, so I've got a good set of glasses that I wear when I fly, but regardless, if you've got the sun in just the right spot, it's nice to have a little flip down. I like the style of it. Some people might think it looks dorky. I think it looks awesome. You tell me what you think. I also took my Senna off of my old helmet. So I reused the Senna 30K that I already had. The reality is, this is a good unit, it works. I'm not impressed with how bulky it is, and after seeing what else everybody else flies with, I don't think it's the best choice. I think it's a reasonably good choice. A lot of people fly a Senna 30K, but the old, what was it, the 10, this one here, that I've seen a lot of other people fly. It's tighter to the helmet, it's smaller, it seems to be plenty functional. I think if I was gonna buy a new one, I would go that route. But that being said, I'm starting to see some Chinese knockoff stuff that people are buying for like 80 bucks that does not look bad. It all depends on who you're flying with, who you want to talk to. You know, do a lot of visiting with the guys in your area and who you're with before you go buying some kind of Bluetooth connectivity. I do like the sound on the Senna. I've watched Tucker Gott stuff, we all have. I think he's on to something with the boom. I do have the wrong boom, the pointy one that he showed out. So I think when you're buying a Senna, make sure that you check out which boom it is. There's one that has little prongs on it. That's not the one. You want the more rounded one than the triangular one with the prongs. That being said, the only other major thing on this helmet that I've done is this strobe. So it's just, I saw everybody selling all these $200 strobes with all these battery packs and all this stuff. And I thought, well, it's only gonna run like 30 minutes, you know, you're only really required to have a strobe for a part of the day, and it'll run a lot longer than that. So I'm turning it on well before sunset. And it's also something you can just reach up, turn on, turn off in flight. It just charges with a regular USB. It's a neat little feature, I think. I still carry two other Chip Hunter strobes that I run on my spars. And so I'm a blinking mess up there, but I still like it. I think it's a nice, neat little small feature you can put on a helmet. It is a little bit of a snag hazard, so watch out. This is a great time to point out how I like affixing things. Nothing beats the sticky that they send you with a GoPro. Somebody explain that to me. So like even on my Senna, the sticker started coming off on the back of it. So whenever I took it off of the old helmet and put it on this one, I ripped all that off and went and took a GoPro sticker and stuck it back on there. I expect it'll be considerably better from my experience with everything else. So, you know, I stuck a GoPro mount on here like everybody does. You know, it'll stick forever. And then I just took a GoPro mount sticker and cut it down for my strobe and stuck it on there. A lot of guys don't like the idea of these being able to spin. My thinking is if it's loose, then it needs tightened. However, if I was going to stick these, I've seen people glue them, do all kinds of stuff, hot glue, that kind of thing. Why not just drill a hole in a GoPro sticker and stick it on there? You know it's not coming off at that point. Might even be a good idea just for some added rigidity so that when you're pulling them in and out, it's not putting all the stress on the bolt. All right, this leads me to what I think is the most important part. When I mount the ear cups to the helmet, I've seen guys take a knife and cut all this stuff out, or get like a hot iron and try to melt the foam out. I don't want to remove any more material than I have to remove in order to get this in here from a safety standpoint. So what I did is I bought these little T-nuts, like you can see here, and I just made sure that they fit inside of the 3M Peltor, like these here. There's the 3M Peltors that I bought to put my headset in. And then I went to the hardware store. I really don't remember. I think they're 3/8. So, but check yourself. Make sure you get the sizes right. Make sure they fit. And I just bought a T-nut that fit handily inside of my 3M Peltor. And then I bought a bolt that fit that. And I bought it way too long. The things I was looking for when I bought a bolt. I did not want some big bulky head on the bolt. I want something very flat. I want something that I can get a hold of. That I can either get, say, a Torx in or a flat screwdriver or just something, but my number one priority on this bolt was flat head. So the reason being, you don't want a whole bunch of bolts stuck on here and then a big long head where if you hit the ground, you're driving a bolt in your head. So I wasn't interested in that. So I made sure that I got it as recessed as possible. And then I just drove it through. I tightened everything down. After I took a drill, and I didn't try to remove a ton of material, but I just got, a pretty good sized drill bit, like a 5/8 drill bit, and I drilled some of the foam out, and then I just took a 3/4 inch washer, stuck it on the head of my bolt, and I like the smushy theory, so I can leave all of the foam in there, and I just smushed it through there by tightening the bolt down. I think that just, leaving that material in there and not removing any more than I have to increases the strength of the helmet. Now, if you leave too much in there and you start smashing, you're not going to get it recessed far enough back into the helmet. You'll know, you can feel up in there with your fingers, take everything back out and see how tight you've got it. So I've got mine down within a 1/4 inch of the side of the helmet. Everything fits up nice and tight, smashes down good. After I got that done, then I took my handy angle grinder and just cut the end of my bolt off. And ground, I took the bolt back out, ground it off to kind of round it out a little bit so it wasn't sharp to the touch. And then reassembled everything, stuck it all back together, took a handy dandy Sharpie marker and painted everything black so that it looks nice on the helmet. And voila, that's what you get, right? So I want something from you in return for all of this, actually. And it's not money. Haha, how many times does somebody tell you that? So I've been researching radios, trying to figure out what kind of radio I want. The goal is to turn around and I want to put a touch to talk button in here and have something that hooks up handily to my headset and wires in through my mic boom so that I can talk back and forth on the radio. So if you guys would be nice enough to drop some comments down telling me what you've had good luck with and showing me maybe where I can buy some of this stuff, I'll turn around and put another video together and show somebody the next improvement on my helmet. I don't know what you think about it. I think it looks pretty sharp. I also believe that one of the reasons that it all worked out, the MIPS system with the foam pad inside actually makes it sit a little higher on your head. I think that was a big advantage when it came to not having to cut the side. So, use some ingenuity, do a little bit of research, find the helmet that works for you, look around, see what's going on. I think Tucker got onto something with the Hero, whatever, the quarter helmet that you buy. It seems like it's pretty good if you're wanting a cheaper option than this and you're not interested in the bill. The bill is removable, by the way. You can take it out also. But like I say, everybody's got their own ideas. I thought this one looked pretty sharp. I'm really happy with it. I've been flying in it just a little bit so far, not found any issues. I'm gonna stick with it. This is my helmet. But thanks for watching, you guys. This has been a fun one. Looking forward to going flying tonight, and I've got, I think, one heck of a good idea for a video coming up. So make sure you stay tuned, subscribe, stay on my channel. I'm gonna put one out that's gonna beat the Amish video. That's been the best one I've had. That's the best result I've got. Next one's gonna top it. Take care.
The name's Dog. Later, dog.